Good morning. My name is Ryan. I wanted to make a video real quick. Sun's coming up, big day ahead. But I want to make a quick video, particularly to clarify some of my other videos. I am not what you call right wing. I make fun of the left a lot. I go after the left a lot because they are the biggest threat to humanity right now. Their ideology, their behaviors, their choices are the biggest threat to America and the rest of the world right now. Their only competition are the Muslims that they ally with. So, they're the biggest problem. But the right, what you call the right, is not much better. They're slightly better. So I don't talk about them as much. The reality is, though, is that the American right and a lot of the rights around the world are not actually right wing. They're leftists as well. And this has been a problem. Just delineating between what is right wing and left wing has been a problem for a long time. And it mostly goes back to the Nazis being turned into, verbally, as far as memory goes, everyone considers the Nazis right wing. They are not. The Nazis are very much left wing. They are authoritarian socialists, just like the communists, just like the socialists. They're very, very similar with a few slight differences. The real right wing would be a non-authoritarian, traditionally liberal, not modern liberal, but traditionally liberal, capitalist, and they exist in that belief system exists in people. It doesn't really exist in our government. If you really wanted to look at the political spectrum, the real political spectrum is you have Republicans and Democrats nearish the middle on the same side, and then you have the Nazis and the communists at the far end of the spectrum on the same side. And then on the other side, you'd have the libertarians closer to the middle, and then the ANCAPs, anarcho-capitalist, would be the extreme of the right wing, with libertarians being the middle ground of the right wing. The fact that that's not the conversation, that's not even in the conversation, that's not even in the government, but we have people going back and forth arguing over the left and the right that are both left. That's exactly where they want us. They want the choice to be between authoritarian socialism and authoritarian socialism. And yes, our government is socialist. America is a very socialist place. They're taking everybody's money and distributing it as they please. They've got their hands so far up the tail ends of corporations and businesses and small businesses and people's lives that it's nearly all-consuming. Yes, you have the choice to start a widget company or this widget company, but the government's going to take all your money and they're going to tell you exactly what you can and can't do in your business. And these are authoritarian socialist parties, both the Republicans and the Democrats. And until people figure that out, particularly the right, there needs to be an opposition to the left, not we're the left light, and so we're the better option. I mean, they still are. They're still better. Still better option than what the Democrats are offering, which is another thing. Democrats, eventually at some point, you guys got to figure what you're doing is not only evil and not working, but you gotta change. Go back to like being normal, decent human beings that don't protect chomos and attack the cops and then cry Constitution. I mean, it's just so ridiculous what the left's doing and thinking right now. You're so far off the reservation that you should be a side note in the American political conversation until you get back to reality. And the right, y'all need to figure out that authoritarian socialism isn't it. That is not right. It's not right wing. It's not right. And it's not going to be effective for fighting authoritarian socialists. We're in a big bind as a country and the world really right now. So we've got to at least get the definitions right, get the understanding right. And we're going to have to figure out how to have basic fiscal responsibility in our governments. We're in a big bind fiscally. Between debt, unpaid liabilities, the structure that we've created, it's gonna be crazy at some point, regardless of choices that we make. But doubling down on making bad choices isn't gonna help. It's not gonna be the solution. We need a real right wing that's going to do the right thing and balance our budgets, stop robbing our grandkids, and start working towards a better future for everybody. Make a country worth living in. Make a country where kids want to start a new job and start a career and start a family. That doesn't exist in America right now. It doesn't exist in a lot of the world right now. The only people breeding seem to be people from the poorest countries who we're paying for them and their breeding, which is a whole other topic to be had. But let's get things right. Let's figure out, people need to understand what left and right actually means, and figure out how big of a problem the government is and what the solution is, and it's less government. I mentioned it in the last video. Everybody needs to read the 10th Amendment, the whole thing, read it twice, read it 3 times, and figure out how we get back there, because our federal government is way exponentially too big. Exponentially. And it needs to get fixed. We were handed a great system of government and a great country, and we're just thrown in the dumpster out of stupidity and or evil. I'm tired of it. A lot of people are tired of it, but if you can't see the problem, good luck fixing it. And the problem is the Republicans are almost just as bad as the Democrats, and they're not that different politically. They're really not. I mean, if dudes in little girls' bathrooms is the issue that divides us, you're basically the same thing. So, we need to step it up. I don't want to leave this world worse than I found it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing when I look at kids today and I go, we have robbed their future blind. We have screwed them over and then confused them so much. They don't know what rights mean. They don't know what the Constitution is. Half of them can't read. Most of them can't do math at grade level. And yet somehow me hanging in a hammock is the worst thing in the world, the most immoral thing in the world. Got to build prison camps for the homeless because that's good. What are we talking about? What are all of you talking about? Let's get it together. Peace to the peaceful. God bless all good, decent human beings on the planet. And let's make things better. God bless.